Hello everybody, and this is Narendra Kumar, and today we are going to do a review of a very extraordinary, shockingly extraordinary novel called Spring Torrents or Torrents of Spring by Turgenev, the Russian author Turgenev. This is one of the greatest novels, short novel, written by Turgenev. Now in this there is three characters. There is Dmitry Sanin, and you have Jenny Rosselli and Madame Polozov. Three characters. Now Dmitry was traveling somewhere and he stops over at a point and he meets this girl Gemma Rosselli. Think of a young man who falls in love very purely, fascinated by the womanly beauty, fascinated by love itself, fascinated that there's some woman in his life. All that youthful, wonderful passion is shown with such extraordinary language depth, the way they slowly get to know each other, the way they hold hands, kiss each other and all that. That whole romance will bowl you over. And then he decides to marry her. And slowly they get into love, fall head over heels in love. And he becomes so chivalrous. There's a fight also in the middle. Somebody teases her and then he fights with them and he protects her and all. The whole man's love for a young woman, completely pure. And then he decides to sell his estate. And then the novel turns. He meets this Madame Polozov. And sometimes, I want to tell you something here. An author has two parts in him. One is the moral part, right, wrong, all that. That can dominate. And the other is the truthful part of Turgenev. Here there's a clash, according to me. The truthful part of Turgenev shows reality as it is, but the judging part of Turgenev shows Madame Polozov as a negative character, but Madame Polozov is a bad girl. There are good girls, two good girls, like Gemma Rosselli, and there are bad girls like Madame Polozov. Now, who is better? The truthful, artistic Turgenev takes over, dominates that judging Turgenev. Because Turgenev is finally an artist. Turgenev is not a moralist. He's not a philosopher writing about morality, what is right, what is wrong. They can be, but he's not really that. He's seeing life as it is. And it seems it's semi-autobiographical. It happened to him. And Madame Polozov floors him. He goes to sell his estate to Madame Polozov. She's a very rich woman. And then they go out for a walk. Those scenes are very beautiful. They go out for a walk and slowly he gets enraptured by Madame Polozov's magnetic power. Now, what is Madame Polozov then? Is she good? Is she bad? What is she? Madame Polozov is that ruthless woman of reality. And he doesn't portray her in a positive light. But actually, she fulfills her love with this man, Dmitry. Just when he had fallen head over heels in love with the most extraordinary, enticing woman called Gemma Rosselli, here is Madame Polozov turning his life. What happens to a young man like that? Completely confused. He doesn't know himself completely. He's confused. Was it love with the first one? Was it love or infatuation with the second one? I would say Turgenev leaves the answer open. You read it. And then the way I realized it, the way I read it is, love is heartless. Really. Love is heartless. Love is cruel. You might say, I love you. But how much do you really love? Love is real. It's a heartbeat. You can't stop love. Life plays its tricks. It turns you. You don't know what will happen next. Because your heart could be more closer to the truth than what your mind has judged your heart to be. What if your mind and heart are not in sync, in harmony? What if you don't know yourself, what you love? Many times it happens in real life, doesn't it? You think a girl is nice, but you're attracted to someone else. I'm not saying it's always correct. It cannot be correct always. Your emotions cannot give you the truth. But what if it's giving? What if your emotions are actually correct? And then it becomes cruel. Your conscious mind is saying something, your subconscious is saying something. You're getting attracted to a woman, you're floored by a woman, and you don't know why, or a man. It happens in real life. We can't go away from that fact, and by default, by his honesty, Turgenev shows that. He shows that. That is an author. An author is not here to please the audience, sentimentalize issues of life. The great authors, the greatest authors like Turgenev are here to show the truth as best as they can see. And since they are also human, the judgment part does come. That is my interpretation. I have read many different interpretations of Spring Torrents, but if you read carefully, Madame Palazzo was really attractive. She was really smart. She was really realistic. She was maybe more loving, more direct. But there's a confusion in the young man's mind at the end. He leaves this girl, he leaves Madame Palazzo also. It's a tragedy. But behind the tragedy is truth. Life is truthful, whether it is tragedy or whatever it is. When you read that, you are uplifted. Uplifted because of truth. Truth is always very uplifting. It gives you that great joy of knowing, okay, I am in reality. It is real. When you read Spring Torrents, I'm sure many people can identify with that. So many times we fall in love. They say with the wrong woman, maybe she was the right one. Torrents of Spring by Turgenev. Go read it. It's a fantastic novel. I don't know, I think you'll miss something. I can't imagine not having read it. I can't imagine. It's something fantastic. Read it, enjoy it. Thank you so much. This is Narendra Kumar from NRK Academy.